Hello, my topic of discussion is pulse code modulation. Now, what is this pulse code modulation? This pulse code modulation is nothing but it is the one analog to digital conversion technique which is used in your digital communication system. Now see, there are various pulse code modulation techniques which are used to convert the analog signal into a digital one. Okay, for example, the first one is the PCM, the second one is delta modulation, next is adaptive delta modulation, and the next is differential pulse code modulation. So these are the techniques which are used to convert the analog signal into a digital one, and now then that digital signal is going to be processed with the help of the digital system. Okay, so the PCM pulse code modulation, this is the first technique which is used to convert the signal from analog to digital one. Now see that this is the basic block diagram of the PCM modulator which is used at the transmitter side. In this, the complete PCM operation is divided only into a 3 block. The first one is the sampler, second one is the Q level quantizer, and the third one is the encoder. Now what is the sampler? Now let us discuss the first block which is the sampler. Now see, here we are having the analog input. Now for every communication system, the source of information is always analog one, that we know that. Okay, so here the first input signal, that is the x of t, which is the analog one, and now this input signal is applied to a sampler. Okay, now what is the sampler? The sampler is nothing but it is a one device which samples the incoming signal. What is the exact function of this sampling? That it converts the signal, now input signal which is a analog one, which is again continuous in time domain as well as in amplitude domain. Now at the output of sampler will get the signal which is the continuous in amplitude domain, but it is discrete in time domain. So basically the sampler is the device which converts the input signal or the analog signal into a discrete signal. The sampling will be performed as per the Nyquist criteria. What is this Nyquist criteria? The Nyquist criteria says that is for the reconstruction of the signal from the sample is possible only when if you sample a signal at a rate of which is greater than twice of the maximum frequency content of the input signal. It means that we are having the sampling frequency fs, it should be greater than or equal to twice of fm. Here fs is the sampling frequency and the fm is nothing but it is the maximum content of the frequency of the input signal. Now a signal is converted from analog one to discrete one, but it is not a totally discrete signal. It is a discrete in time domain, but it is continuous in amplitude domain. So here this x of NTS, which is the sample version of the input signal, now it is applied to a Q level quantizer. This Q level quantizer is performing the operation which is called as the quantization. Now quantization is nothing but it is the process of rounding off, or I can say that it is a process of approximation. This quantizer will convert the incoming infinite voltage level into a finite number of the voltage levels. Now this we will see with the help of the example. Now this quantizer will convert all the incoming voltage level to a predefined set of levels which is called as the quantization level, or we can say that which are the decision levels, or it is also called as the threshold levels. Now this will be encoded with the help of the encoder, that is this finite values are going to be converted into a digital data like a combination of zeros and ones. Once it is converted into a digital data, then it will be transmitted with the help of the channel. So here this is the PCM function at the transmitter side, and then it will be transmitted through the channel, and at the receiver we can again perform the reverse operation with respect to the PCM. Now let us see that how exactly the input signal, which is the analog one, is going to be converted as a combination of ones and zeros, and this conversion is going to be performed with the help of the quantization and the encoding process. See, this is the quantized signal of the input signal. Here the input signal is nothing but it is a continuous signal, then it is converted into a step signals, and now these steps are going to be converted into a digital data. Fine. Now see here we'll consider this with the help of example. That let us assume that we are having the input signal in the range of -4 volt to +4 volt. Okay. Now what quantization process says that? In quantization process we are converting the infinite number of the voltage level into a finite number of the quantization levels, which is called as the Q levels. These are nothing but these are the quantization levels. All these levels are having the equal distance between the two consecutive levels. Okay. Now this distance between, or the difference between the two consecutive levels is defined by a term which is called as a delta. This is known as step size. Delta is nothing but the step size. This step size is the difference between the two consecutive quantization levels. And how this step size is going to be decided? This step size is decided by using a formula. Delta is equal to VH minus, you see that this is delta. The step size can be calculated as, if we are having the input signal x of t, which is a maximum swing is between VH to VL. So here delta is nothing but the VH minus VL divided by Q. Q is the quantization level, VH is the maximum voltage of the input signal, and the VL is the minimum voltage level of the signal. Okay. So here now we'll consider the one example, that in that we are having the input signal is ranging from -4 volt to +4 volt. So here if this is the input signal which is ranging from -4 volt to +4 volt, first we will convert the all the sample values which are lying in this range into a predefined number of the quantization level. Now I can choose the value of quantization levels for this example is 8. So we are having the quantization levels Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Q7. Okay, and all this voltage is going to be defined in this level. So here see that this is the table which gives that the input voltage level is going to be converted into a quantized voltage. So here the range, the sample which are having the voltage level from -4 to -3 volt, these are approximated with a voltage -3 volt. The input voltage or the sample signal which are having the voltage from -3 to -2 volt, these are converted into a quantized voltage, and this value is equal to -2 volt. It means that all the samples which are lying in the range of -3 volt to -2 volt, all these voltage will be converted as a -2 volt. Similarly, the range from -2 to -1 is considered as a -1 volt. The range from -1 to 0 volt is considered as a 0 volt. The range from 0 to 1 volt is considered as the 1 volt. The range from 1 to 2 volt is considered as a 2 volt. The range of 2 to 3 volt is considered as a 3 volt, and the range from 3 volt to 4 volt is considered as a 4 volt. So here if any sample which is lying in any range, all these sample voltage are approximated only to these values. For example, if I am having the voltage or the sample which is in the range of like 1.2, there is a one sample having an amplitude is 1.2 volt. So what is the quantized voltage for that sample? The quantized voltage for that sample is nothing but this is the 2 volt. Similarly, we are having the different voltages. Now once you, so this task will be performed by the Q level quantization, that is conversion of the all infinite voltage range into a finite voltage range. Now once we'll get the all these voltages, now these voltages are going to be encoded with the help of the encoder. This encoder will give a binary combination to each voltage. Okay, so here the encoded data is this one, that is here the -3 volt will be encoded as a combination of 0, 0, 0. -2 volt is configured as 0, 0, 1. -1 is 0, 1, 0. 0 is denoted as a combination of binary data 0, 1, 1. The quantized voltage 1 volt is considered as 1, 0, 0. So these are the voltage which are converted into a digital data with the help of the encoder, and they are having this combination. Because we are having only 8 quantization level, so we can convert the complete data only into a combination of 3-bit data. We can also increase the number of bits by increasing the number of the quantization level. If the Q is 16, then the data combination is nothing but it is a combination of 4 bit, which is from 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But here we are assuming that the quantization levels are only 8. Okay, so here these are from 0 to 1, that is 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Okay, so here see that the input signal which is having the voltage range is in the analog form. Now this will be converted into a digital data. So this is all about how the data is going to be converted from analog to digital with the help of the pulse code modulation system. Thank you.